This is Measure, Cut, Sew, Pattern-Free Projects Using Simple Shapes by Susan Wasinger, and I'm excited about this book. Let me show you why. I'm Michelle, this is my romantic tangle, and I've got a sewing book to share with you. This book caught my eye because all the sewing books catch my eye. We will be awesome. But the idea behind this book, that it does not use any patterns. It just uses rectangles and shaping techniques. And that just, I was curious. It's also a really pretty book. It has got great photography. I don't know about you, but stuff like this just makes me want to sew. So, as I said, every project in this book, and there are 23 of them by my count, uses rectangles and then different techniques to shape. So she talks about gussets and pin tucks and pleats and gathering and cinching, and it is just so stinking clever. And the projects are all super cute. She gives you great instructions, and the one complaint I have about this book, all of the projects look fantastic. The book bills them as simple projects. I haven't sewn any myself yet, but they don't look simple. They look classy. And my one complaint is the clothing, because her sizing, this adorable Nantucket tunic comes in extra small and medium large. And she does not give you finished measurements or measurements of what your bust size should be if you want to wear this. I could look at the pattern, cutting directions. I could make some wild guesses because I don't know how much ease it has to get this look. It's been a long time since I have sewn clothing, and I believe that the standard for clothing patterns used to be they would give you the size of the finished garment and the size of the body inside of the finished garment. So from what I see, these will not fit me. I could probably do some finagling to make them fit me, and you know, if I found the absolute perfect piece of fabric at an estate sale, I would do that, because I just realized that, which is this collar up there, she saved the stitches on some vintage embroidery. I'm kind of smitten, and I may need to change my idea about making this. The zipper pocket tote. This one does use purchased handles and some serious hardware, but that is pretty. And the shaping and the fabric choices, I like this book a lot. The Down to Business lunch bag. This one's got some buttons, but less pre-purchased hardware. If you're considering making bags, buying hardware gets real expensive really fast. These are farmhouse dish towels, and I really want to go down to my local fabric store and look for some of this waffle weave cotton utility cloth, because I think I need it. Here's a better shot of them in action. I'm going to give that a try. Here's a square deal pot holder that is sewn from scraps of felted wool. Think old wool sweaters. Or the wool you can buy at the craft store, but I'm thinking old wool sweaters. Save the date apron. You know, vintage calendar tea towels are my favorite thing, and she hides the vintage picture in the fold, which is not what I personally would do, but I still think it looks great. Tea trivet mug mats. Again, these are using more felted wool. And a coffee coaster. A geometric dop kit. That's not a term I'm familiar with, and she must be boxing the corners to get this shape, because these are all rectangles. And she does not have you cutting them with a rotary cutter. She's assuming you have scissors and a tape measure, or not a tape measure. What is that thing called? A wooden yardstick. Here's a shoe roll. There's some really great fabric choices in this, and this Pojagi inspired shade. I need new drapes in my or curtains in my bathroom, and I just bought a white sheet at an estate sale, and I am so totally making this because I have hung quilts up in my window to take pictures and had the sunlight coming through showing the seams. So I know I like this effect. And this is the project. I didn't know when I picked up the book that this was the project I was going to make, but it is. Here's a festival dress. Again, the sizing seems to be for very slender ladies. I think this one uses pin tucks for the shaping. And the tipped linen jacket, it says it is entirely from rectangles. I haven't read the pattern closely enough to see what tricks she does to make that work. It's a summer cloud blouse and a 4-square skirt and a simple silky t-shirt. It's kind of heavy on the clothes, but honestly, for that curtain makes it worth the purchase price for me. A folded over crossbody bag. I've been shopping for curtains. It would have been worth it if I'd paid full price for this book and made my own curtains. Here's some drawstring duffel bags. I really think these would make nice project bags for knitting or hauling stuff down to the river. There's one quilt. It's the Beyond Measure quilt. And some baby hats. These are the Crown and Laurel's baby hats, and they use knit cotton and then some fancy quilter's cotton for the little embellishments. The Playtime Teepee. This is made out of one twin sheet. I don't think my 15 and 16-year-old and 21-year-old need a teepee. But if they were still itty bitty, I would be doing this in a heartbeat. Fuzzy Forest Friends. I know the teepees have been around forever, but I didn't know you could do it with one sheet. I never stopped to think what materials you would need to do it. And Scrunchy Squishy Blocks. I like this book a lot. If you couldn't tell by all the gushing. I like the photography. It makes me think happy thoughts about sewing. It makes me want to make some of the projects that are in the book. It came out in 2015. It is still in print, or appears to be at this time, which is, what is it? It's May 2021. I found my copy at the Dollar Tree last week. So, no, it's April 2021. Might be May by the time this gets uploaded. I found my copy at the Dollar Tree. Craft books there are very hit or miss, but if you're in the book section anyway and you're interested, you might want to take a look. Otherwise, it's worth tracking down if these projects and techniques appeal to you. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle, and I'll be back with you with more videos soon.